Hey, this is Matt once again. What about 10 videos? Another paid request, this time for Andrew. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for episode 3 of the TV show Freaks and Deets. Now, again, for those who don't know, Freaks and Deets was a show that was very short lived, only had one season from 1999 to 2000. One of the big guys behind it was Paul Feig. Yes, the same guy that directed that shitty Ghostbusters movie. But here he actually had a little bit of talent. And you had some recognizable people. Linda Cardellini, who actually go on to play Velma in those live action Scooby Doo movies. James Franco was in the show. Seth Rogen was in the show. Jason Segel. And you say like those were part of the Freaks, and the Deets were Linda Cardellini's brother, younger brother, played by John Francis Daly. Which he would actually go on to be a director. He helped direct that Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out this year, Mon Thieves, which I actually didn't mind for what it was. And then his friends, they're more of the Deets. And I just say I didn't mind. I haven't minded the show so far, including this episode. Because one of those things where I can't remember what the first two episodes were like, but I have this feeling that I didn't mind them either. And this makes sense because this is October as I'm doing this. This is about trick or treating. Pretty much, John Francis Daly says, "Hey, let's go trick or treating," but others say, "Nah, we're too old for that. We're getting too old for that." But ultimately, they decide to do it because either do this or do this book report. So they're getting ready for it. The first scene is them. One wants to do a dare, saying, "Hey, you two put anything in the blender, but nothing that's poisonous or anything of that." He drinks it and he's like, "Oh, it's not bad. It was gross. Hey, it's not bad." And John Fraser Daly's buddies are played by Sam Levine and Martin Starr. And when they decide to go trick or treating, one is the Bionic Woman, one is Gort from The Day There Stood Still, and one's Groucho. And pretty much the gist of the whole episode is how what people once thought of Halloween trick or treating is not how people think of it nowadays. Where the main family, they think of trick or treating as one way, of Halloween as one way. The mom having cookies and giving them to kids, but in reality, the kids are throwing the cookies on the ground and they're throwing the candy because they've been told do not eat candy that's been unwrapped because it might be razor blades or it might be all sorts of stuff in it. So the mom's not having fun, and she realizes how Halloween has changed. Linda Cardellini, the daughter, who used to give out candy with her mom, she wants to go out with the other freaks. Because pretty much she likes James Franco, and then Jason Segel likes her, but I don't think she realizes Jason Segel likes her, and James Franco definitely doesn't realize that Linda likes him. So you like one likes the other and one likes the other one. Nobody knows, understands the whole situation. And also they go out with a vandalizing or hitting mailboxes off with baseball bats, aiding people, just being assholes. Meanwhile, the trick-or-treater guy, they're not having fun because no one knows what the fuck their costumes are. And people being nasty and making fun of them and laughing at them. These other kids beat them up and take their candy. One was it? I think Sam Levine argues with the lead, Linda Carlini's brother, John Francis Daly. "This is stupid. We should not listen to you." They split up. And then put the final nail in the coffin. The younger brother gets accidentally egged by by his older sister. And spoiler, it has kind of a weird ending where the sister decides to finish the night because she feels guilty about what happened, helping her mom out, so at least they have a little bit of bonding time. The John Francis Daly, he decides to read the book report, and the dad comes in, has this kind of awkward conversation. Everything okay? All right. He leaves, and the kid's reading the book, and then it fades to black, and then the episode's over. I just thought that was kind of a weird way to end it. Hey, don't stay up too late. The end. I thought, I don't know. It just felt like kind of a weird, almost abrupt ending to the episode, as if you're expecting more. It felt as if something was cut out, but I guess not. I mean, it's not anything I would ever watch again. The acting's not bad. It's interesting to see a young James Franco and a young Seth Rogen who is not nearly as annoying in this compared to in the future. He's not doing his laugh. He's more of sort of the kind of not assertive but kind of serious, little bit of attitude. Why don't you make up with my butt and call it love? You know, kind of almost as if he's not liking the group, but he's just there to just be there. Once in a while, there's a piece of dialogue that does make me chuckle. Well, I think it's James Franco and Seth Rogen talking, or maybe Jason Segel's there too. And one's going, so wait a minute, the band is called Santana, but the guy singing is not called Santana? Yeah, it's the guitar guy. Well, how'd he get that? You know, how did that? Because I find it funny because I felt the same way. I remember listening to Santana songs and assuming, oh yeah, Santana's the guy singing. And they're like, no. I'm like, really? He's like, no, it's the guy playing the guitar. I'm like, okay. I remember being as confused as the characters in the show, so that's the one jolt that sticks out to me. In fact, that's probably the only joke I laughed at. I can't think of any other jokes I laughed at in the episode. So, I can't say I found much funny with the episode. Like I said, I thought the acting was good. I guess really the only thing I could say about it. So, I guess the other thing I think of is that there's this friend of Linda Cardellini who seems like a geeky girl, but you also realize, wow, she actually has a boyfriend from church camp, and even though she's the geeky girl you wouldn't think did a boyfriend, yes, she still has a boyfriend before Linda Cardellini has one, which screws with Linda's mind a bit as well. I know I didn't mind that character because she was a bit quirky in her mannerisms, like when James Franco in his car comes by and Linda Cardellini's there and her friend, this Dieter girl's there, and the way she talks to James Franco and the way she's acting, there's a bit of a fun quirkiness to her as well. So that's the other thing that sticks out is her. It's like she's two shots away from the girl in American Pie taught about band camp. It's like she two steps away from her. Which actually, this is 99, so this is around the same time both of those would have come out. But, like the story with the kids and the trick or treating, I can't really say I gave a shit. Okay, they're being laughed at. I get it, because even in 99, Who the fuck knows who Groucho Marx is? Kids wise. I'm thinking, would a kid in 1999 go out dressed like Groucho Marx? And then the one kid with Gort, nothing about it looked like Gort. It looked like you just put a bunch of fucking gray stuff on you and you could have been anybody. And then the other kid, you decide to go out like the Bionic Woman. And it just. I can see why people made fun of their costume choices because they were shit. They were awful dog shit choices. So I felt no sympathy for them. Because it was stupid. Because if they didn't have enough common sense to go, this is stupid, I don't know what to tell you. And like in their whole story, I didn't really care about. And if it feels like even by the third episode, these friends have been off and on like a dozen times. Maybe that's not the case. Or, of course, it's not the case. But it feels like these friends have fought. I did a dozen times already over the course of a few episodes. The younger DT kids. And by the end, the brother and sister are not on the best of terms. Because even the younger brother goes, nobody thinks you're cool. And Linda says, yeah, I know. And they go their separate ways. I guess to lead into whatever's in the future. So as it is, I mean, like I said, the only interest was number one, hearing a lot about this show and the talent behind it, as well as in front of the camera. And like I say, it was nothing that was that. Oh god, I gotta be watching this again. Like, it was serviceable to watch, but it is nothing I would ever rewatch. If I don't know if that makes sense. So it was what it was. So with that said, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.